Okay, hello Pisces. So this is going to be a recap of the year ahead. This is just I just pulled two cards just to kind of give you an overview of a spiritual message and also what you need to release for 2018. So as I shuffled, immediately, Pisces, you have to release the need to always be right. Okay, next year. I feel 2018 is going to be about balance, emotional balance, evolution, change, expansion. So you're going to expand mentally, emotionally, physically. You're moving in different directions. I see a lot of movement in 2018 for you guys. I feel that you guys are finally going, Spirit is saying, you guys are finally going to start making decisions. Solid investments is what I'm hearing, okay? You're no longer kind of flighty and kind of la la la. I feel that you guys are finally coming into yourself, your psyche, your who you are. And I see that you guys are going to make movement forward. But I also see a lot of passive aggressiveness in between the year. I feel that there's something big for some of my Pisces mid-year that you may not get, and you really were set on that. You were really like 110 on it, and it may not go through. And I see you guys being completely thrown off. And I also see this causing such a problem that I do see that you guys are going to fall into this really toxic kind of environment of self-pity. Okay, we do not want that next year. So be aware of your emotional stability and how receptive you are to constructive criticism, because I feel people are trying to guide you and people are trying to help you, and people are maybe trying to kind of bring you into this awareness of your own self, and you keep putting your blinders on, right? You're like, I don't want to see that part of myself. If you're not telling me I'm great, then I don't want to hear it, right? I'm not saying all my Pisces are like that, but I feel that on a low-key level, without you guys showing it, you guys do not want people telling you how it is. And you guys would rather live in Pisces land because that is what's comfortable. There's so much depth, and you guys are so complex, and you guys have so many different dimensions to your personality that it's almost like when I think of Pisces, I think of a beautiful abstract painting, right? Like right when you think you understood the direction the artist is going in, they hit you with the backdrop of the history of this piece of work, and it's completely off from what you thought, right? So that is what this year is going to feel like. So people are going to think they got you, they know you, and then you're going to surprise them like, no, I'm not really like that, right? But what I'm saying is be true to yourself. Be true to yourself this year. I do see hurdles, especially in matters of love, especially towards the summer. I feel a lot of you guys are going to have some changes, some issues, maybe separations, divorces, whatever it might be. But the way you handle it is going to set the tone for your lessons this year, your karmic lessons. The way you emotionally take charge of yourself and your situation is going to determine your step forward, if that makes sense, okay? I also feel, Pisces, you guys are going to start taking on a leadership role next year. I really feel you guys coming into your power as well. Like you no longer want to work for someone. I see you guys wanting to really just work for yourselves. It doesn't mean that all of you guys are going to open a business, but what I'm saying is that you're going to use your charm, your diplomatic kind of, personality to get what you want, to get to the top. And my other Pisces, I do see you doing the work to get to the top. You do not want to deal with working for anyone anymore. I really feel that. I feel that my Pisces, you guys are evolving from the fish to the killer whale, right? There's an evolution of your character, of the way you present yourself. You're no longer presenting yourself like you're weak, you're meek, no, you're really like, this is me. This is what I want. I'm coming for that position and I'm going to get it, right? Love it. I love it. I just channeled that energy from Pisces, and let me tell you, baby, I am so proud of you guys because you have that strength within you. People are always like, Pisces are weak. Actually, Pisces are not weak. Let a Pisces make you think that, and then they run your life, and then they show you how strong they really are. Don't get it twisted. My Pisces are far from that. Pisces are just deep feelers, and in the process of feeling, you're still trying to kind of process your own emotions, and you come off as vulnerable. But use that vulnerability next year as a strength, okay? Spiritual message, 2 of Rods, okay? So the spiritual message is about decisions. Again, my intuitive kind of message here. You're going to come between 2 paths, 2 situations, 2 people, 2 whatever it is. Career, love, work, blah, 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 blah. 2 paths, okay? You are deciding what is best for you. This card comes after the Ace of Wands. So once the seed is planted, this card is like, okay, what's next, right? So you may be looking at something in your life next year, and you may be wondering if it's worth taking it to the next level. This is a wand card, so this is a lot of fire, this is a lot of enthusiasm, this is a very fiery kind of energy. So if it were an earth element, I would say, okay, this is guaranteed, this is for sure, but this is a very fiery energy. So this is just a spark of desire. I see you guys wanting to grow. This card is showing me that 2018, that spiritual message, you guys want to grow from where you are, and you want to evolve, and you want to change the way you've been handling your situations. You are looking ahead at the horizon. You are no longer looking back. You're looking forward. Like, what can I gain from this year? Keep that perspective. This is a good energy to have this year, because you guys will need it, because I do see a lot of decision making at the end of the year, or even close to the summer, okay? So you guys need that. What you need to release. The 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay. I feel that Pisces, just like Cancers, you guys tend to live in the past. So this is a card you need to release. Not only karmic cycles, right? So if you keep going back to the ex that did you wrong, that's a karmic cycle, right? You need to release that. If you keep making the same mistakes, you need to release that. This is anything involving going back, right? Check your emotions, check where you're at next year, because if people who have done you wrong in the past try to come back into your life, I see a lot of people coming back into your life because they see you, Pisces, they see you doing good. They see you doing good. They see you doing your thing, and they want to come back into your life and shake things up. Now, this is your time to put your foot down and say no. Release the need to keep the door open for people who do not deserve you. Okay? That is your lesson, 2018. Know your self-worth. Know your boundaries. Know when to say no. And learn how to appropriately project your emotions without being passive-aggressive, without being kind of pouty and kind of sulky and like, you know. I'm sorry. Even my thugged out-ass Pisces, okay? I dated this really artistic, back in the days, really artistic kind of thug, you know. He was very like well-spoken, very poetic, kind of like a Casanova, very into the rap, hip-hop scene, right? And even the most masculine Pisces, right? He was very like tough, like on the outside, he was always like, what? You know, like, don't fuck with me or my girl. Like, he always had, you know, he had that image. Behind closed doors, he was a different person, right? He was very soft with me. I feel most men have this beautiful element of this softness within themselves, but it's a little more amplified with Pisces, right? So there's this sense of, you know, vulnerability with me, right? Behind closed doors. But again, like, it was so hard for him to express his vulnerability the right way, because he had put up such a show for the outside world that when he was with me, he had a hard time. So it was always very passive aggressive, like, oh, nothing, I don't want to talk about it, it's cool, like, let's not talk about it, it's all right, don't even worry about it. And it's like, no, but we have to talk about it, right? So that's the energy. That's just a little example. You have to learn how to channel your emotions the right way, because people are going to test you. People from your past are going to test you. So this is the time to stand up for yourself and say, if you were not doing me justice in my life in 2017, if you were not supporting me and you were not there for me, you got to go, right? You got to go. Don't be afraid to revisit old wounds and start healing that process. Do not let that sneak up on you, okay? Thank you, Pisces. Bye.